District school officials are trying to comply with the new state law that some say is vague.
The school-sponsored events and activities law requires parents to approve their child's participation in all school-sanctioned events. As News 13's Jack Hull tells us, the law has caused many school districts to take additional measures that some might find excessive.
At Bay District schools, the current school year has seen a shakeup in how parents interact with their kids' educations. Florida's school-sponsored events and activities law went into effect this year and requires parent permission for any school event and activity.
No longer is it opt out, you must opt in.
Whether an assembly, field trip, or play, parents are now required to know the date, location, and contents of each activity. If they don't sign off, their children can't participate.
Otherwise, we have to separate the child and do alternative education opportunities for them for that class that they would otherwise miss.
The law's broad interpretation has led each district to implement their own policies. For instance, one Bay District elementary school did not allow parents to interact with their children at a recent after-school on-campus event.
When you have 600 kids in the cafeteria and you have parents, which parent is with which child and how do you separate that? And so the easiest way to do that, to be fair for everybody, to be firm, fair, and consistent, was to separate the parents as observers, because they're only observing. They're not speaking with not just their student, but potentially other students.
McQueen says the law also poses logistical challenges. The district must carefully track multiple permission forms for over 26,000 students.
It is very difficult for us to keep up with this administratively, because we're having to keep up with every child for every class, for every speaker, and it's very difficult.
State Senator Jay Trumbull says the extra paperwork is a worthy price for parental control.
Giving parents all the information as it relates to their child's education is the most important thing to do. And if it requires a little bit more paperwork, I think so be it.
Critics say this is one of the attempts by Governor Ron DeSantis and the legislature to control LGBTQ-related issues in schools. The Human Rights Campaign condemned the proposal, saying it restricts students from joining certain extracurriculars and that its ban on adult live performances targets the drag and transgender communities.
I think the goal and the key to this piece of legislation is that the things that they are learning are age appropriate. And I do not believe that a third grader should be going to an adult live performance.
As the school year continues, the Florida State Board of Education could revisit the law and make adjustments.
The board will have the ability to, maybe even make some adjustments moving through to the next year, to next year or next school year, to try to make the process less onerous.
In Panama City, Jack Hull, News 13 Panhandle Strong.